What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about stellar lumens today, XLM USD. Here we are. It's the 22nd day of January, sitting at about 21.2 cents, 7 hours, 52 minutes left in the day. Hit that like button, subscribe. Let's get into it. Okay, here we are. Moving down, but also kind of sideways. We've really rounded out this low a little bit, haven't we? You can see it, right? Rounding out like this. This is actually a very good look. It's a positive structure, not a negative structure. Overall, you still very much are in your downtrend, lower lows, lower highs, the whole shebang, but it does feel as though something different is going on right here, right? We've been moving sideways versus like moving downwards, right? It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different, and that little bit of difference can be a signal that the momentum is in fact shifting. I wouldn't be surprised if and when that momentum does shift, when we do start to move higher, the amount of time that it took to go from a high to a low, if we ate that up in a very, very short amount of time. In other words, the recovery should be faster than the discovery to the downside here. If we're looking at this, I mean, just in this kind of context, even from the same kind of price area, you know, we were down here in April. By the end of the month, we were up at 29 cents. We're at 21 cents now. We were very near these areas here at these lows, and then just a month later, all the way up at like 53 cents. XLM can definitely move fast if it wants to. It can absolutely move fast from these levels. Let's look at the short-term stuff. I want to look at the 1 hour RSI, the 1 hour time frame, and just see what's going on there. I don't like how much we're grinding out this low area personally, but I want to see what the expectations are. I mean, overall, whenever I'm looking at it on a weekly perspective, we're just in a giant consolidation phase. You can call it a bull flag if you want to. I don't know if it is. We're at the base of it. If anything, it's a good time, I think, to make speculative plays to the upside. But if we break out to the downside, that could be a real problem. So just tight stop losses and all that stuff. Let's get into the short term stuff, and then we'll go over that from here. Okay. Finding support at prior resistance, it's not a bad look. 1 hour time frame. Looking at the 1 hour time frame here, very wonky price action. We might not actually spend much on the 1 hour just because it's so wonky that the indicators might not be accurate. You do have a bullish posturing in your RSI. You're overall bearish, but higher lows, higher highs. You're kind of in like this upward trajectory here. Stochastics are reset. The MACD is above the zero, and you've reset back to the zero. I would think that you do move up from here, but again, it's the 1 hour, and the price action is kind of wonky. Don't rely on that too much. I would think that we move up here on the 4 hour as well. We're seeing kind of different results here than what we did the last two times, right? You found resistance right here, resistance right here. Here you found resistance, but your resistance is being resisted, it seems. And this little difference in behavior might be the difference that we need to pull a different move altogether. The stochastics look bullish here. The MACD is bearish, but you have some bullish divergence playing out. I mean, there's a lot of good things going on the 4 hour time frame. I want to see this with some volume. What are we doing here? Volume's dying off. Yeah, I can't help but think that we're going to move up from here, not down, but we'll see. Daily time frame. And looking at this, we're getting set up for just like a giant W, it looks like. If we look at this here, I don't know, does it start here? Does it start here? But like this kind of formation, maybe. Maybe it's not a W. I don't know. I like these bottoms where they have that central point there. You have a noticeable gap in between like two areas of consolidation, and then you move up. It's like a perfect W double bottom kind of shape. And again, with that rounded bottom idea in there, it looks pretty damn good, man. Um, let's see. I don't mind the daily RSI. It's technically more bullish than it is bearish right now. I don't mind it. I actually do like it. We're at a point where I'd expect you move up, so that's good instead of breaking down. Stochastics have reset, again, at a point where you might move up instead of breaking down, right? If you're going to break down, you're probably not going to do it from here. You'd have to reset, and then maybe you break down, right? Like here, if we're looking at these lows here, you were at your lows here, right, in your stochastics. You tried to break out, but this is all you got, right? So you had to reset your stochastics a little bit. Then the real move happened, right? Then the real move happened. So if we see something like that, just kind of pay attention to this and how it interacts with the stochastics. That actually might be telling, but I don't think that's what we're going to see. I don't think we're going to slip and then get a false rip and then get the real dip. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think we're reset here and we're ready to move up. We're at the base of a range we've been at for about a year. We're ready to move up. What I don't like is the MACD. The MACD rejecting the zero is not a good look. If and when we can cross back green and get above that zero, if we can prove this to be a false cross, that'd be a very powerful signal. we had a false cross, or we had a false rejection. We had a false rejection here. It doesn't look like it was that powerful of a signal. But this was a false rejection, right? You rejected the 0 here, and then you crossed back above it. Unfortunately, the false rejection was met by a false cross above. But you did go from lows to these highs here in a very short amount of time, right? You went to the upper limits of your range in a very short amount of time. Imagine 5 days passes and we're back at like $25, $26, or 25 to 26 cents. That would not be a bearish move. That'd be a pretty bullish move, especially in the context of this potential double bottom here. You're looking at this price move down. There's no volume coming in. You're looking at the price move up. There's volume coming in. I don't know, man. I think the bears had their fun, but I think the bulls are about to take over. We'll see. Overall, I don't mind the daily time frame. It's just you don't really want to give up any more territory to the downside. If you do, I mean, you take out that low, and that's really problematic. So at this point in time, I'm bullish on stellar lumens. I think that we're going to move up from here. If we take out any of these lows, I'll make a video like promptly. I don't care if I'm in my car. I'll go live. If we take out those lows, I'll make a video very promptly, and we'll have to talk about going lower, unfortunately. But I don't think that's what's happening here. I think that we're at the base of a very obvious area of consolidation, of accumulation, and we're finding support at prior resistance and prior support and prior resistance all back here. That's where we're finding support now. Very significant level throughout XLM's life. We're going to find support here. It'll seem super obvious. It doesn't seem obvious now, but it'll seem super obvious when we're all the way up here. Of course it would have been a great time to buy. You had a second chance. Why didn't you take it? And then we're probably going to move all the way up, I would assume, starting in February. We should be starting a nice move up in February. I would think by the end of March, if not sometime in April, XLM should be at new all-time highs. We should see $1.54 to $2, and I'm thinking $2.50, somewhere around here. That's the expectation by the end of Q1, if not early Q2. Breaking out of this range overall to the upside. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Okay, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.